Meet Eric and Bertie, the lithium batteries. Good morning. We're vlogging today from the banks of the Thames. Just going to do a quick video this morning based on our electrical usage. So as a lot of you probably know, we had lithium batteries fitted, and this vlog is all about how they work and you know, just the process. So you can see what it's like when you're camping off-grid, as we are. As you can see Merlin there. But yeah, we've got no electric hookup. Facilities here are quite basic. Really nice. So that's what this vlog's all about. Before I go too far into this, I think it might be a good idea if I give you an overview of the setup. Firstly, on the left you'll see the two lithium batteries. Then on the right you'll see the solar MPPT controller. This item is a power inverter. It converts 12 volts to 240 volt AC current. It's pretty much the same sort of electric you get at home. Here you can see I've labelled the batteries Eric and Bertie. It's not just a cute thing to do, it actually helps you differentiate between the two. But of course Ellie thinks it is a cute thing to do. Using various apps on my phone, I can monitor the status of these devices. These screen captures are from my iPhone looking at the apps. So when I'm in the battery app, you can see that I can monitor the status of the battery. In this case it's 72% for Eric, and where it says current you can see there's minus 2.2 amps, so that would be the fridge and anything we're charging at the moment. If I go to the other battery, Bertie, he's at 70% with a similar current going out under the letter A there. So that's how I can monitor what's going on with the batteries. Right, so this is the induction hob that we use to cook on. So that's how we boil our water.
Coffee power.
Cook our food. As you can see with the induction hob on, the amperage is much higher that's going out. As you see, it drops down to minus 58 amps. The way the induction hob works, it cuts in and out. That's why you get the variance in and out. But it draws quite a lot, as you can see. So the kettles are whistling. It's boiling. So the whole point of this is that we're actually cooking with a renewable energy. The lithium batteries can be topped up using solar, driving the vehicle, or electric hookup. We endeavour to not have to use the gas until we really have to. First coffee of the day. By using the apps on the phone, it enables us to monitor so that we can eke out the best amount of power out of the batteries. People have said to us that gas is cheap, why not use gas? Well, I think that would be missing the whole point of what we're trying to do here. So another thing we use the electric for is toast. Just doing some toast in the electric toaster, and I'll now cut to the batteries so you can see what they're doing. As you can see, the current consumed by the toaster is 36.2 amps, which is a low wattage toaster, but nevertheless it means we can in fact cook with it. As you can see here, the batteries are down to about 32%. We won't worry about the batteries until they get to about 20%, after which time we'll probably start to cook a few things on gas. But up until that point, we're quite happy with it. We've got about 24 hours remaining of being on battery. Worth mentioning that it is a low wattage toaster. What is it, about 700 watts, I think. Yeah. So we've now got to the point where we're now Monday. We arrived here Friday, been off grid all the time, and as you can see, one of the batteries is at 10% and the other one is at 15%. So that's pretty low. Obviously we're in danger now of, as you can see from the voltage there, 11.4. We're in danger of things starting to not work anymore. So that's about the limit of what we can do off grid the way we're cooking. So maybe we need to cook a little bit more with gas. But yeah, they've supported us pretty well for that period of time. So one of the things that we'll do is, as soon as we set off, I'll turn the DC to DC on. So that'll put a bit more extra charge into the batteries. So we're now heading out. I mean, we're going home, but we could actually be going to another site. So between wild camps, we would hope to charge the batteries up using the DC to DC. So just trying to demonstrate now what the extra voltage is that you get. The alternator would charge the battery, but the DC to DC will give a lot more current to it, so charge it quicker. Right, so I'm now turning on the DC to DC. At the moment it's off, so flip the switch. So bulk charge, so that's now charging the batteries with a voltage of 13.1. So that's good. So if we now look at the batteries, although they'll still be low, we should see a nice plus current coming in. We've got 24.3 for Bertie, and Eric should have similar, 23.0. So that's, 40, getting on for 50 amps coming, well, about 45 amps going to the batteries, charging them up. So that's good. So hopefully on the way home that they're going to get a good boost of charge for about an hour and a half. It'll take us to get home, and we'll see what they're like when we get there. So we've just got home, and about an hour and a half's drive, and these big batteries of ours have recovered from about 15%, whatever it was, to 43%. So that's not bad. So at the end of the 3 days, what do we think of the lithium batteries? Here's a summary of what we feel. We've had 3 days off grid, and obviously that entails lights, water, fridge being run off the batteries. But for us, mostly it's about cooking on our induction hob and not using LPG gas. And of course, this is without moving the van during that period. If we had have done, we'd have got extra charge from the vehicle. which we didn't do that, so it's just total battery storage we've been running on. Of course, we do have a solar panel, so we're gaining a charge from that, but it is quite limited. If we had been off-grid for longer, then perhaps some of the cooking that we did on the batteries through the induction hob, we would have done on gas. But it's good to know that we can get 3 complete days out of the lithium batteries. And that's maybe a little unusual. If we were wild camping, I'm sure from night to night we would be driving around and charging the batteries that way. But in this case we were static. So it was a good test. So it's a big tick from us. We feel that our setup is just right for us. For anybody else thinking about lithium batteries, maybe there's some other things that you should think about as well. These are things that I haven't really considered in this review because we've already made our purchase. This was how they work in usage. But these things would be along the lines of lithium batteries are approximately 55% less in weight, 33% smaller generally. You can get Bluetooth on these batteries, so you can monitor them on your mobile phone, as you've seen in this video that I've done. You can usually take these batteries down to 20% or even less, like I did in this trial. But also the batteries don't need venting like the normal lead acid batteries do. The only downside that I can really see to lithium batteries is the expense. They're certainly not cheap, but that's something that each individual is going to have to balance out in their own minds. And that's why lithium is a game changer for me. I hope you found this useful or interesting. Any comments, please let me know and I'll try and respond to you. Just to clear up one point, you do not have to name your batteries like I did, Bertie and Eric. That is not compulsory at all.